2 years ago, in 2016, General Manager and Vice President Kristin Ropp created the Cyclones Foundation. One of the goals of the Cyclones Foundation is to help grow the game of hockey in Cincinnati. This year, the Cyclones hosted their first camp for local youth teams.
The foundation was something in the works for a long time. Unfortunately, it took a long time to get it up and running. So it'll be 2 years in December that the foundation has been in existence. The real motivation was to share the game of hockey that so many of us love with the community of Cincinnati that we call home. As a hockey parent myself, I've seen the impact that hockey has made with my son, the confidence he's gained from it, the camaraderie, and it's just been something that I wanted to share. And Cincinnati being a non-traditional hockey market, it's not a lot of outlets for kids to play. Our end goal is to get as many kids playing hockey that want to, and to try and minimize that expense for parents along the way.
My son got involved in hockey because we were trying to find a sport. He played soccer, it just wasn't going so well, and basically said you have to find a sport, and he loved rollerblading, and I said, well, how about hockey? And we decided to go the learn to play route because that's what somebody had recommended. Mitchell loves hockey. He looks forward to going the 2 nights a week that we have it during the week. No issues going. He's made a ton of friends. I think it has helped build some confidence because no one he goes to school with plays. There's nobody on his team that he knows from school. So coming in, he had to make 15 new friends.
One of the bigger reasons that hockey is not as popular is the estimated cost of playing. The cost of gear, including skates and pads that children quickly outgrow, can be a turnoff to some parents, which is another reason why Ropp created the Cyclones Foundation. The number of rinks in the Cincinnati area is low, and the Cyclones want to help provide ice time, which can be another out-of-pocket cost to some of the local youth teams.
I think off the bat, we're often asked, when will we build the next ice hockey rink in town? And to those people, I say, give me a minute. We're working on it, but we need to start small. Hockey has a terrible reputation of being an expensive sport and a large time commitment. My initial goal is to minimize the expenses for families who may have a child that's interested in playing, but perhaps their only knowledge of the game and of it being expensive is something that maybe pushes their child into a different sport. I'd like the Cincinnati Cyclones Foundation to take that element away. So in the near future, we'll be announcing opportunities for kids to not only play hockey for free and try hockey for free, but to get equipment for free that the foundation will underwrite and pay for.
Getting tips from professional hockey players themselves will hopefully give kids a leg up on the competition and help them further their hockey careers.
I know when I was growing up, I did tons of these hockey camps. I did them during the season. I did them out in the off season. It was, it's 12 months a year pretty much with hockey when you're growing up. So these little things, these development things, and seeing how guys that do it for a living, how they can handle a puck or how they can skate out there, and when you can be next to them and watch them do it, it's pretty important.
I mean, obviously Cincinnati's not your traditional hockey market. Obviously there is fans here of our team and hockey in general, but growing up in Canada, it's everywhere, and you're constantly bombarded with it, and down here, it's kind of few and far in between. So with us out there and showing them and kind of teaching them what we've learned from other places that may have more of a hockey background, it just allows them to kind of develop their skills and move on further. And hopefully when I'm a bit older now, I'll be looking back and seeing some of these kids getting into the junior ranks and the college ranks and stuff like that. It's just important to kind of touch those areas and get kids getting into the game and seeing us out there and interacting with us. We don't get a lot of opportunities to talk to people on a personal basis, so when they're out there, it's kind of something special for both of us just to kind of be able to interact in that way.
I have 2 sons. My oldest son is in 7th grade. He's been skating since he was 3 and been playing since he was 4. And he's played every sport from hockey to baseball to lacrosse, basketball. My second son is an avid baseball player, played soccer for a stint. So I've been a part of multiple youth organizations, and there's something really special about hockey and the camaraderie that it builds. And maybe it's because the season is a little lengthy. Maybe as your child sticks with it and ends up doing travel, or just you do these weekend getaways, you build friendships that last a lifetime.
Hockey's not as scary as it comes off. I had originally thought, like, oh my gosh, this is such a rough sport. I mean, they do go down and they hit the wall, but they probably go down as much as from another player taking them down as much as they do on their own, just fighting for a puck. I definitely would say go for it. Get them in, get them involved, get them moving. I love that Mitchell has that, that I can't skate. I love that Mitchell can skate. I think that that's just a great, fun thing, and he goes out and enjoys it very much.
So I think another really important aspect of hockey is that the kids that play have a skill set that is remarkable. When I talk to other families or coaches of other sports, I frequently will say, at any point, do you ever blow the whistle, stop what you're doing, and have to practice running? And they look at me like I'm crazy, but the reality is, not only do our coaches go through drills and plays and communication and, our sport, we're substituting on the fly, but they're at the same time they're doing this while skating. So, it's not out of the question for half of practice to be dedicated to skating and agility, and then being able to do that same skill backwards, and then that same skill backwards with someone hanging on you. So, for my son, who goes to a fairly large school in Cincinnati, he's one of only 2 or 3 kids in the entire school that plays. So I think it has given him a little bit of swagger. It is such a great confidence booster, but he can do something that so many other kids can't. And I love that confidence it's given him, and I would love to share that with more kids in the Cincinnati community.